Hello everybody, today is April 16th, 2020, 5 o'clock p.m. It is 48 degrees Fahrenheit, 9 degrees Celsius. I'm at 49th Street and 7th Avenue at the beginning of Times Square. And today I'll be walking down Broadway during the COVID-19 pandemic of New York City and throughout the world. Now let's get started. No mask, no service at Ray's Pizza. For those of you who don't know, most restaurants are closed. Those that are still open require that there's only pickup or takeout service. There's no dining in allowed. Here we are, Times Square. Really breaks my heart to see the city like this, completely empty. M&M store, famous M&M store, absolutely empty. The road's completely empty, besides that car. Okay. Renaissance Hotel, fenced off. And there's one person, a photographer, taking pictures. Wow, there's actually broken glass here. Someone tried to break in. I hope not. Anyway, the guidelines are that you're allowed to be outside as long as you maintain a social distance of 6 feet from others. I'll try my best to keep within those guidelines today on this walk. It's chillier than I thought today. Here's the TKTS booth, where normally it'll be a lot of people here. But Broadway plays are suspended until June at the very least. Here we are at Times Square. All these electronic billboards and barely any people to advertise to. And here are the TKTS booth stairs, completely fenced off. You can't even come here anymore. I have to be honest here. This used to be my favorite spot in New York City and favorite place in New York City, but not anymore. Not anymore. Because I feel what gives New York City its energy is all the people and activity. And without all that, New York is not the same anymore. So this is definitely not my favorite place in the city anymore. At least the flowers are bloomed, the daffodils. And to only think, 2 months ago, this area was just bustling with activity, with everything from performances, plays, people walking around, tourists. Restaurants, everything. At least the subway is still running. Let's go here and take a look at some of these signs. Closed until further notice. Let's take a look at Levi's. Closed through March 27th. Except the only problem with that is it's way past March 27th. Some of these stores haven't even updated their signs since they initially closed. So you're even going to see outdated signs. Okay, Broadway crosses over this way. Completely empty Times Square for the most part. Normally you see taxi cabs and private vehicles here, deliveries. A real shame to see it like this. Completely desolate here, aside from the stray photographer or essential worker. With tourism shut down, you have most of the traffic through Times Square cut off as well. There really isn't a reason to be here. Sign of the times. Here's the news that said that more people filed for unemployment claims today. A few more million people. Just a few short weeks, America has gone from a normal economy to depression level eras of unemployment. And also a sign of the times, these billboards thanking essential workers for keeping us going. I'm curious if this newsstand has anybody here. Nope, completely shuttered. The Times Square Starbucks, let's see what's here. Temporarily closed. This is such a strange feeling to be walking here when normally you're used to being here all the time and it being full of people. You really miss something once you get used to it and you don't see it anymore. Normally on these walks, I'll be narrating about somebody doing something or certain characters or something going on with someone else, but because it's so empty here, it's like something about this narrated video feels missing. Seeing everything closed, seeing the streets completely empty. amazing to see this place like this. Here's 42nd Street, completely empty. Well, hope you like that walkthrough of Longacre Square, which was the original name of Times Square before the New York Times Company moved into the area and made it its headquarters. But Times Square used to be the bustling activity, the crossroads of the world, where the New Year's Eve ball drops. But now, I do not know if that's going to continue anymore. One thing I do wish is for Times Square's activity level to go back to normal, and for COVID-19 for this situation to go away quickly, for there to be a solution to this. Paris Baguette is closed due to business conditions. Location has closed. One thing that does bring a sense of normalcy to the city is hearing the subway underneath. If the subways were completely stopped and I didn't hear that rumbling noise, then I really don't feel that New York City is the same anymore. And there's some honking, so that's something that's missed in this age of emptiness in the city. The occasional car honk and road rage due to traffic. That there's an essential worker keeping the garment district and the Times Square area clean. What's going on here? I have to say one thing though, it's much easier to keep social distance here than in the outer boroughs, because I have noticed when I've been around the city through the car or by walking around that the outer boroughs have a higher density level relative to the area. That's because most people live in those areas. They live in the outer boroughs and they commute to Manhattan for work. But because Midtown Manhattan is mostly a commuter neighborhood, when you have nobody living here, the streets are going to be empty when there's nobody who lives here to come out to do groceries or do essential activities, walk around for exercise or jog. You're not going to get that. Here's Chipotle, which seems to be open. Street I'm crossing now. Still within the garment district. Here's Citibank. Citibank is open at this time. I think that's probably one of the most essential businesses to be open is banks or our banks, because without access to your money, people are really going to be freaking out. But money is one thing that many people are really struggling with right now, especially those who aren't living within their means and didn't build any savings, because now a lot of the government programs, they're very stressed or it's very difficult to apply for. And I also feel for many of the people here who really are in need. The homeless people, the people without the means to support themselves, those with disabilities. It's all going to be a challenge now. Shake Shack is open. Wow. Construction still going on. I hear the jackhammer. Haven't heard one of those in a long time. One thing that I actually do miss about New York City is hearing the noise, because walking down here, you used to be able to hear people arguing, chatting with their friends, car horns, sirens. That's all gone now. Here's the Macy's headquarters, which is the self-proclaimed world's largest store. I hear some more jackhammering. Just walk by Macy's. Here's the $1 Million Corner right now. The $1 Million Corner is the building with the sunglass hut and the sign that says the world's largest store on top. It's named that because it sold for $1 million in 1911. And Macy's tried to purchase the $1 Million Corner in order to expand their department store to cover the entire block, but they were not successful to that. And that is known as one of the most famous holdouts in real estate history. Time to cross over here, continuing the walk up Broadway. 34th Street and 6th Avenue. I can look up at the Empire State Building here. I'm actually very fortunate that I was able to visit the observatory of the Empire State Building before it closed down. But there it is.
Niggas shot the donuts. They don't want to have an attitude.
Here's what used to be the Gap, but looks like this location is permanently closed now. Wow. This huge Gap location completely closed. And also that used to be H&M. They even took the logos off the front there. But I guess it's still on the side. Unless it was never on the front, I don't know. But it's really sad to see the Gap close. And over there in the distance is the headquarters of JCPenney, which I do know that is facing financial difficulties right now as well. They're actually exploring bankruptcy as an option. Looks like the pigeons have this pedestrian plaza all to themselves. It's 33rd Street. Nice to see the flowers all bloomed. Here is 32nd Street, the end of Greeley Square, and the start of Koreatown. Koreatown completely empty. Look at all those stores across the street. I Love New York Gifts completely closed. Test Life, Earrings Plaza. And you got this construction going on at 1261 Broadway with a very philosophical question there across the street saying, what is essential? That's a very thought-provoking question. If you really think about it, everyone's essential. Everyone's essential to this earth, to their livelihood, to their own lives. Look at all this construction here. This is the start of what I call Hotel Alley, but it may be one of the worst construction timings in real estate history, I guess, because now with this pandemic going around, you don't really know what's going to happen. Do you even want to finish those hotels in construction? Or they're just going to sit there? Will tourism even come back to the city with all this going on? These are all questions that need to be asked. I really feel sorry for the restaurants and the businesses who just opened up in the past year, or even in January or February at the start of the new year. Look at this, the jewelry store is completely closed. I'll walk over here to maintain distance. Here's 29th Street. Now here's where there's a situation where it's advisable to walk on this side of the street, because here you have the scaffolding, which limits your ability to move and navigate from other people. It's 28th Street. The One Apothecary is closed. Actually, it's even boarded up. I've heard many businesses started boarding up because they're afraid of people looting the store and breaking in. It's a sign of the times. I'm entering the Flatiron district, normally a very busy area. It's also home to Madison Square Park named after Madison Square Garden, which used to be here. There were 2 Madison Square Gardens that used to be at this location in the Flatiron District. But all the activity is gone. All the shoppers, all the workers, all the commuters. Beagle taking a poop. Hello, I am the invisible door. So sad to see the city like this, I tell you. Here's someone who set up shop here. Really sad. I really feel for the people who are in need right now. I really hope the city is able to help them all out and do something for them. There's the Flatiron District, Flatiron Building, which is still under scaffolding. You can see at a great angle of the Empire State Building from across the street. When I cross over. There's the Empire State Building up there. Here's Madison Square Park with the cherry blossoms bloom, so that's a very big plus. The double blossom cherry blossom trees are bloomed. People here taking pictures of the trees, but need to walk around them, be careful. It's a shame the Flatiron Building's still under scaffolding. Make some great pictures right now with the cherry blossom trees. Wait. Wait. Because of public health now, I can't even press this button. I used to spam it. Wait, wait, wait. Third Street. I'm actually surprised there's a good amount of people here. The Flatiron District is busier than Midtown. Temporarily closed. They can't even spell temporarily right. And that's how you know it's bad. These businesses are so quick to get a sign up that they don't even spell the sign correctly. They want to just put it on their door and avoid contact from the outside. I'm just joking. I'm sure that's not their intention. But why not have a little bit of humor, right?
Hey, there's a pool on the phone.
Here's a sign that says realize, realize, realize. Big retail space for sale. And a lot of real estate available, but I don't know what's going to happen to New York City real estate with everything going on. Actually, I do know what's going to happen. Property prices and rental prices are going to have to come down. It may not be worthwhile for many people to live in New York anymore. We are temporarily closed due to COVID-19 outbreak in NYC. So we have temporarily closed and temporary closed. 2 grammar mistakes. And why does it have to deal with the word temporarily? I don't know. Maybe those 2 businesses knew each other. Got a skater there. There's 19th Streets. Wow, look at this. It's a lot of graffiti here, but a lot of interesting messages. Load over system. The government is not to be feared. Use your voice raise. Unite, enjoy YouTube. Fuck Apple. Not for sale. Wow. A lot of political messages here. I won't even read them out anymore. Here's the Paragon Sporting Goods Company, completely closed. Some more cherry trees. This Chipotle location is closed. I wonder what is open around here. Petco is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. because you obviously cannot let your best friend, man's best friend, get hungry. That'll surely be a tragedy. You need your pet supplies here. McDonald's is open, but only for takeout. Here's Union Square, normally bustling with people, now a shadow of its former self. I'm actually going to walk over here just to see what's happening on the sidewalk at Union Square. See here, Chase. This branch is temporarily closed, but the ATM's open. Wow, you have health rules now. You can't go in with a fever, coughing, shortness of breath, sore throat. Wow. Sign of the times. Joe Coffee. Starbucks. Wow, this Starbucks used to be one of the busiest locations. I feel so bad for everyone who works there. They don't have a job anymore unless Starbucks relocated them to another location, but it's really sad. Just because you have a business that's essential doesn't mean that the business owner is obligated to keep the business open. Wow, completely empty at 14th Street, Union Square. Wow. It's Forever 21, forever closed over here. I gotta go across the street and take a look. But man, this is really freaky. Union Square used to be filled with skateboarders, chess hustlers, people playing music, protesting. And now, there's none of that happening. None of that at all. So crazy. And all these buses are empty now. No one's riding the buses. Here we are. Bolton's has a sign that says last day. I think I've missed this last day by a while now. Burlington, completely closed. Wow. So they have someone at the entrance to protect, for security, I guess. Forever 21. Oh, Forever 21's under construction. Wow. That may be even worse, because would you even finish the construction during this time when things are so uncertain? I don't know. Here's Whole Foods Market. And we've got people out here selling masks, hand sanitizer, bleach, paper products. Wonder how much they are though, but we got a line here for Whole Foods. They want to limit the amount of people inside. The line for Whole Foods wraps right around the corner. They even have lines determining where you need to stand. The 6 feet line. It's like now everyone has this automatic 6 feet bubble around them that you have to walk around and avoid. The ATM's open. More people here selling cleaning supplies and health products. Here you got Dwayne Reed. Is Best Buy open? Wow, the Best Buy is completely closed. This Best Buy is huge too. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I think I'm gonna end this video here at Union Square. If you enjoy this walk down Broadway at this time, during the COVID-19 pandemic. Be sure to smash that like button, leave some comments below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, everyone, and stay safe. Bye-bye.